Hey, Michael Newrock here. I'm considering taking a trade. I'm looking at selling the pound. I'm on the 4-hour chart. I'll just put this down to the side, and you can see that the move has been upward overall for quite some time, but it's changed. It's now downward in nature. 4 out of the 6 high time frames are suggesting that this pair is going down. Now, it failed just previously on that trend trade just to the left, but it's coming back again. So you can see a bit of a zigzag movement. But right now, we've got a nice strong trend to the downside. The RSI is below 50. The MACD is below the 0 line. The stochastic has just had its crossover. So I'm going to take this trade. Now you can also see the crossover there is the fast moving average has crossed over the slow moving average, and the trend follower has changed from green to red. So all in all, it looks like a good potential trade. The risk right now is about 110 pips. That's been dynamically generated with the profiteer settings. But you can see that we've got 240 pips in potential reward to the downside. All my trade management is in place, and I can modify this at any time. So when I take a trade, the management doesn't have to be in place at that time. I can go back in to the settings and change the settings to whatever I want, and the trade management will take that effect. So right now, it's looking like a good, strong trade. It may not go in my favor, but that's trading. You got to expect losing trades from time to time. If you can minimize them, obviously that's a good thing. But for now, we're looking at a small risk relative to the big reward that we can get on this trade. So I'm going to pause the video right now and come back as soon as I have another update. Okay, I'm back, and this is the pound US. Trades are in progress. You can take a look at the terminal. I've got about $4,500 in profits right now, about 165 pips up. So overall, very strong downward trend. So this trend has worked out. 6 of the higher time frames are pointing down. That's trend and swing, and it's looking extremely good. But what I want to do right now is modify my stop. For whatever reason, my trade management hasn't functioned correctly in this case. Now, we've got our software, we've got MetaTrader 4, and we've got the internet. So sometimes things don't go exactly as expected, and that's why it's important. I'll just move my stop here to around. I want to lock in about 125 pips. Anyway, as I was saying, it's important to understand the system and be able to manually intervene when you need to. So I'm going to move this stop to 122.40, and it's just, here we go, 124.20, and make that nice and tight. So just above that previous consolidation area, and where we've had a bit of support in the past. So what I'll do now, just take a look for my second position. I want that to be fairly tight as well, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of money on the table right now, $4,500. So and these are just on one lot trades. The pair has moved significantly. It's a really good trade when you're doing 100 pips or more. That is a really, really good trade. Unlike traders out there that are happy with 10 or 20 pips, good for them, but that's not the type of system that we have here. So I'm going to move my stop on my second position to 124.65. Click the modify button, and there you go. We've got both stops in place now. One a bit tighter than the other. So one is playing more defensively. If it moves against me, then it'll be taken out and converted into capital. So about 125 pips on the first position, about 80 pips in the second position. So if it continues to go in my direction, it won't be taken out as well. Well, it hopefully won't be taken out. Anything can happen in trading, but the whole idea is to trade or play the trade in the way that you feel is going to maximize the amount of pips and therefore the profits that you are likely to make from that one trade. It's just so important. When you have a winning trade, it's really important to manage that trade well. So I'm going to pause right now and I'll come back as soon as I have another update. Okay, quick update. Both my trades still in play. Price has moved against me, and it's coming really close to taking out my first position, which is currently sitting on just under $2,400. But that's fine. You know, it's almost a sense of relief when your trade gets taken out, because you know at that point your money will be converted from equity into real money, into your account. Okay, so all conditions of the trade are still in play. The RSI is below the 50, MACD is below the zero line. Stochastic is arguably a little, oversold, but at this stage, I'm trading with free money. You know, the profits have already been locked in, so who knows what can happen. The overall direction is still down, and it's very, very strong. Price is indicating that, as well as all my indicators. So I'm going to hang it out and see what happens. Come back as soon as I have another update. Cheers. Okay, so the first position was taken out, $2,292, converted from equity into the bank. So, as I was saying before, it's a good thing. You always want your trades to go on forever, but there's always another good trade around the corner. So I'm not too bummed about that. You know, my open trade is still open, 2,266 currently, if I wanted to close out right now. But hey, I've made just under 2,300. I've got profits locked in on my second position. So yes, I could, but also I could be leaving money on the table. This pair may not be through yet. We may still see another downward move, and a sizable downward move. All it's going to take potentially is another swing to the downside, and it's on again. So I will pause once again and come back as soon as I have another update. Alrighty, it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. 2,700 my open trade. Of course, I closed out my first trade, or it was closed out for me, and just under 2,300. So it's 5 grand I'm sitting on right now, with the potential to go even higher. I've got 125 pips locked in. Price is still, about 50, 60 pips beyond where my stop is. So I've got a lot of room to move, but most importantly, I've got pips and profits locked in. So, there's still potential for move for this pair, a couple of hundred pips. Who knows? The market always knows, and my only loyalty is to the market. Right now, it's telling me that it's going down. 5 out of the 6 higher time frames are down. The RSI is under the 50. MACD is below the zero line. Again, it just needs another swing to the next level down, and that's going to allow me to lock in even more profits. The good thing is my trailing methodology is kicked in now, so it's actually trading via the PSAR, or parabolic SAR. So you can see that the stop is placed just on that little dot, which is the parabolic SAR above price. I can even make it sit above that just to give it even more room. But at this stage, I'm cruising. I'm just letting it do its thing. And how low it goes, nobody knows, but I'll be back shortly with another update. Alrighty, so $2,718 on my open trade, $2,292 on my closed trade. The price has been consolidating a bit, but my stop has continued to move down, locking in more profits, even though it's been consolidating. It's just the way this trailing methodology works, and that's a good thing, because when price consolidates, there's a heightened risk that it's going to reverse and go the other way. Now, I'm hoping that it's going to still continue to go in my direction. A little bit of good luck never hurt anyone, including traders. So, right now, I've got luck on my side, but I've also got the market on my side. I've got just over 140, about 143 pips locked in as my stop trails the price via the parabolic SAR. 6 out of 6 of my higher time frames are down. All my indicators are saying it's down. So right now, as I always say, my only loyalty is to the market. And right now, the market is telling me this pair is going down. I'll be back shortly. Phew, missed getting closed out by a pip. 2,829 bucks and 99 cents. So 2,830 in my open trade, hovering around. My stop has continued to move down, so my trade management is working very nicely. You can see the parabolic SAR dots getting smaller and smaller. That's because price isn't moving down at the same rate that it was before. It's tightening up, it's consolidating. But that's okay, because now I have 160, about 163 pips locked in. If it moves against me, that's okay. 2,300 in the first one, currently over 2,800 on my new position. I could close out a couple of hundred less than that, but it could continue to go down. And that's what the market is telling me. So until I'm told otherwise, my loyalty is still to the market. In this case, it's still looking down. I'll be back soon. And there she goes, 3,540 bucks in my open trade, round 2-3 in my closed trade. It was some time ago. This trade's been going for a while. My profits continue to get bigger and bigger as my stops move, trailing the price via the parabolic SAR in this case. You can choose from 5 different trailing methodologies. Usually I have one tighter on my first position, one more liberal on my second position to give it that room. I was a little lucky before on that consolidation, but hey, a little bit of luck is a good thing. So right now things are going great, still downward, and I'll get back as soon as I have another update. Cheers. Hey guys. Whoa, this trade just keeps on giving. 2,292 on my closed trade. Currently, I'm up to 3,743 bucks. I mean, this trade's been it's been almost exhausting to watch. It's been going for about 5 days now in the 4-hour time frame, and you can see that I've locked in even more profits. Well, I haven't. Profiteer has automatically. The trailing has been working beautifully using the PSAR. All conditions are still saying that this market is going down, but at this stage, it's getting close again. It could be the trade that has 9 lives, but I'm ready to let this go right now. If it goes, it goes. It's $6,000 in the bank, and what do we got? About 265 pips, 310 pips maximum, and right now I've locked in 245 pips. That is an awesome trade, and on the pound, that is a really, really good trade. As far as $6,000 goes, well, it can go into my account, and it will do. But if I choose to withdraw that, well, my daughter's been, she's the horse girl in the family and the horse person. She's got 3 horses, and she's been bugging me for a horse float lately. So $6,000, that's going to get me a nice horse float, make my daughter really happy, and that's great for interpersonal family relations. And our horses are going to be transported in luxury from now on. So anyway, there's still more to this trade. I'm not giving up yet. This could continue to go. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to pause now and come back shortly. Hey guys, I kind of had a bit of a feeling that it might be the end for this trade, but what are we looking? Just under $5,800 between these two positions. An awesome trade by anyone's standard, using only one lot positions. Nothing crazy like you may see online, these guys trading 10, 15, 20 lot positions and then thinking, so, how wonderful am I? But anyway, the realistic lot positions on the pound, 4-hour chart, took a few days, didn't take a lot of work. 5,000, almost 5,800. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I think a horse float is definitely a good idea for this. And you got to really enjoy the wins. They don't happen all the time. Okay, you are going to lose. If you're trading, you know that already. And if you're new to trading, then prepare for it. You need to be able to manage not only your wins but your losses in a way that's going to see you continue to get stronger and stronger as a trader. There's no rush in this game. You get richer quicker if you go slowly. Okay, and with the type of trades that we're trading with Profiteer, they're trend following. So in this case, the one trade lasted me for over 5 days, 5, 6 days. So, I'm not always looking for new trades, new opportunities. When you get a winner, hang on to it like you're, riding one of the big bulls on a rodeo. This one really, it was a great ride, very enjoyable, very exciting, and I look forward to being able to share all my knowledge and the resources, the software, the technology that allows you to be able to do this, even if you're a part-time trader and even if you're on the road a lot. So, you know, I'm really excited. I hope you are too at what this can bring you. Until next time, good trading, live well, and I'll see you soon.